a second. You need to get some kind. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. La 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 la. Oh, whoa. Oh, whoa. How's everyone day? Dun, 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 dun. Woo! Lord. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Welcome to the show. Doom, doom. Young Link Jr. Young Link Jr. Hope everyone's having a good evening, man. Woo! So much to talk about, man. So much to talk about, man. Like, seriously, bro. Appreciate people tuning in. Those of you from the Pacific, those of you from the Western Hemisphere, Eastern Hemisphere, Himalayas. Boom. Let's get to it. So, I just came back, right? Came back to see The Joker, produced by DC Productions. And I want to say this movie, it was a drama and a thriller. And IMDb gave it a 9.2 out of 10, man. I have to say, Joaquin Phoenix did a wonderful job with this film. I mean, he really was the Joker in this. I mean, you could see him just really impersonating this character, man, and just really bringing out live action to this, man. Like, he was really, you can compare him to like the Heath Ledger, man, of Arkham Asylum or Batman Begins. I mean, this is, or the Dark Knight. I'm sorry, but this is good. This is really good, and I have to say, this is beautiful acting, and produced by Todd Phillips, right? Todd Phillips, who produced this film, he drew you in emotionally. And I have to say that I'm looking at this film like, wow, like even in the theater, man, it was like a few people in the theater, and I'm here just like, whoa, like I'm just blown away. And because I want to understand, like, okay, what influenced him to go out here and be the Joker, go out here and just, put on this clown suit. Like, why did he want to do this in the first place, man? And just pretty much become evil. And it was his own story. Like, this is really nothing in the comics or books. This is something like real scripted as well played out, and they did a really good job. Act one, just how he emotionally connected with his mother, man, Penny Flag. And I used to always watch the show, the Bill Murray show. That was actually by Robert De Niro. Robert De Niro, he did a really good job, man. Just pretty much being a host and hosting different celebrities. And his whole dream was to be this comedian, right? To be this comedian, this great comedian. And on his day job, he wore like two masks. He was painting himself up, just working a little job and just luring people coming in and just being a clown for the most part, man. Just being good, doing the great things for kids and went to one scene and how he was just really beaten and it really went to detail how traumatized he was, and it really linked to how he was being bullied, man. Even just at a old age, he was just being bullied by kids for no reason, and he just wanted to make a decent living. So he wanted to make a decent living, okay, and he ended up almost, costing him his job. He had got one more chance. He befriended with some of his co-workers. Co-workers decided to give him a revolver, and that kind of really just that whole symbolism right there, that revolver, that really brought down his life, and because as you watch, further into the movie, I should put like spoilers in here. I'm sorry. I might put that in the description box. People might be turned off from the Joker. So, I mean, I'm going to go into more topics as this video progressed. But when he had the revolver, man, he used that to pretty much protect himself. And because, the New York was crazy where he was at in Gotham. And lo and behold, he was in the subway on his way home, and some three gentlemen that was educated, that that were drunk, and they was beating him up, and was just fighting him, just pretty much just messing him up. Just he just wanted to be left alone. He was already dealing with a lot of psychological stress, meeting with therapists back and forth, and you can tell how just angry he was, just growing up, like just awful. He really just want to find an identity, man. And I just think this is what Todd Phillips want to brought out into this production here, and the way this is well scripted. He wanted the Joker to find himself. But alertly, he found himself doing awareness of crime. He shot and killed those three individuals, and he's just grown up to have this bloodthirsty type of feel that, hey, I'm just gonna kill him and think nothing of it, and it felt good to those that was being harmful to me. And it's kind of linked to people who do crimes for the most part. Excuse me, oh my goodness, I'm gonna throw something. Who does crime and does kind of crazy things, man, in the world, right? And it's not to justify their actions, but I'm kind of glad that he brought this out. And he performed this one scene. He performed at this one children's center, and he, you know, the revolver accidentally fell out of his his coat, man. And they called his boss, and he ended up getting fired. And that pretty much like distraught him, because when a man loses his job, or he, you know, he felt like he had something to look forward to wake up in the morning, to find out that, hey, he's gone. I'm like, dang, man. And so, man, so he lost his job, killed three people, blah, blah, and he like, oh, man, what's going on? But walked out like it's a boss, man. He just continued to progress, and until this leather kit. And act two is the meat and potatoes of this movie, right? And this is when, you know, the antagonist and protagonist starts to build up, man, in this movie. And I want to say this too: him leaking to that revolver and him just giving that urge to defend himself and to kill to those who are doing wrong, with his pretty much his mental conditions, man. As he trying to, you know, go into more comedy and people just didn't like him. He ended up reading a letter from Thomas Wayne, and he kind of found out that, okay, well, Thomas Wayne was running for mayor at this time. He was a big guy, man, as far as like, you know, charisma, and he has a huge influence. And he kind of named these clowns, you know, because of that incident that happened. That, you know, clowns are just cowards, or people just hiding behind a mask and all these things, man. I'm like, whoa, like he just really hit a nail in that, man. And but when he read that letter and just how scripted and detailed it was in the production, I was just like, man, I was kind of reading it for a little bit too. I wanted to pause. It was just really good. It was pretty much like an apology acceptance letter. But till then, he didn't think that, you know, I guess his ex girl, his wife, was just looking, right? Looking at, you know, his adoption son was going to look at this letter. And when he found out that he was adopted, when he went to the, you know, the medical center, and he found out that his grandma or his mother was having a mental illness and all this stuff, having panic attacks, that really turned his world around. And I was just like, wow. And I like how the director just did that, man. Just like kind of found out, like, okay, well, it turned his stuff around, turned his way around, turned his life around. He went upon himself like, man, I am adopted. Are you serious? You know, Thomas Wayne is supposed to be my father. You married this man, had Bruce Wayne, and then you left because you had mental problems. You beat me. You traumatized me. You left me abandoned. Now I'm in this situation. Now he really went crazy. And that's when he started, you know, fast forwarding, killing Bill Murray, because he found out that he was making fun of him on his TV show, killed him live on television, man. Then he killed other people. It was just ridiculous. I was like, whoa, man. Then a huge revolution just started, and I was just like, wow, like it's just really paved the way, man. It's just killed the one girl that he loved, and it was just a pretty much a bloodfest that kind of continuously to grow on and on and on, because he met Thomas Wayne. Wayne didn't really want to see him and all that stuff, and they wanted pretty much no parts of him. You know, Bruce Wayne was just a little kid at the time, man, Batman, and he didn't know anything about it. But it was just crazy, man, and just so many people that's just, you know, wants to find that identity, man. Where is you at, you know, in life? And I kind of gonna relate to that in a little bit. You know, this is why I kind of read. You know, shout out to my boy Dancho. He gave me this book by the Agenda of Angels. Actually, I'm gonna have to do chapter 2 in that, because I kind of want you guys to actually understand the book series, man. Those who really wants to understand about Christ, and he talks about the agenda of angels and what's their importance and why they are here, and they're here to guide us. And I'm just like, man, you know, it really brought out a lot of things, man. And with this, powerful, man. I mean, I was in tears, but it really made you think, man. You know, it's really deep in your soul. It has a few funny acts in there, man. Just how he was acting belligerent at times, man. But when people didn't believe him in his story, but man, this was really well crafted. This was well gifted, and I'm just applauded by this, man. I'm like, whoa. Todd Phillips, man, on Jaquan, Joking, Phoenix did good. ZZ Beats was the girlfriend. You had Robert De Niro. I mean, these guys were really great, man. And then you had I think he had a newer cast. They actually played their role beautifully well. And I like how that one scene when the detectives was trying to find him. Of course, the detectives they was on him, and he was blending in with all the different clowns, and they were protesting because hey, man, it's nothing wrong being a clown. You guys are the evil politicians. You guys are the ones that's empowered. This we are impoverished and you guys living in mansions and don't care about us, but y'all want to preach about change. And so, people go into this revolt, and it's just so many people that's been abandoned, man. And I like how he brought in detail. It's not really about black or white. It's about the rich and the poor, the haves and the have-nots, man, the elites. And I was just like, whoa, man. Like, just everything's just beautifully scripted. The choreography, great. The makeup, the acting was freaking excellent, man. And for me, I have to give this film a 9.4 out of 10. I'm just saying, a 9.4 out of 10 is freaking good. It's good. It's on my watch. But it's good on my watch because I'm like this. DC is making a comeback. Let's just say it. DC is making a comeback, and if you want to compare DC, like besides the Aquaman series, man, I mean, what Aquaman movie, I think DC is really, on the way to compete with Marvel because Marvel was coming out, of course, Star Wars and all that. They have everything, literally, just literally everything. The Spider-Man, Spider-Verse. You have the Black Panther that made a ton of money off this, Civil War type movie, man. I mean, with the Avengers, Infinity War, and like I said, I like the rivalry in between them, but man, it's like they're getting gifted writers now. Because it was some writers that were just leaving Marvel and going to DC as well. So we got to take that in consideration. But with this, I'm thoroughly impressed by this, man. I mean, I really enjoy every second of this movie, man. Every minute of it. If you're really not a fan of comics, still go in here and watch this movie. Just give it a chance. You enjoy yourself. You enjoy the fans. Go out there, look at this movie, man. And if you fire stick it, I don't care. Do what you got to do to go ahead and get this movie, man. Because this movie is decent. It's really good. And I'm just applaud, man. 9.4 out of 10. It's not a 10, but it's a 9.4, man. I mean, it wasn't a perfect movie. It was some scenes that were kind of like it was a little kind of dry, but for the most part, man, just him just walking, just him just putting on the costume, just being the Joker, man, just transforming into this freaking beast that was just like, all right, I'm sick of this. I'm sick of just being left out, being fun, being talked upon. I just want to get at least like a handout in my just being a comedian. And people would say he wasn't going to amount to anything. His mother was like, you should go to school. But he was like, you know what, Mom? Forget school. I'm going to be a comedian. And then people was laughing at him. And he had this laughing type of neurological disease or whatever. And he just kept laughing. But of course, he was in the mental asylum. Man, I really want to know how they're going to do the Harley Quinn type series, man. How they're going to do that as well. But this is good. This movie was, this is spot on, man. This is excellent. I couldn't. Wow, I just have to say DC may be on the map for this. This was really good, man. So next I'm gonna talk about, man. Let's move on to Kevin Hart. Where is Kevin Hart? For real, like the accident happened back in September. It's almost been a month, man. Over a month, and we haven't heard nothing about him. The only thing I researched, going on Google, they said that okay, well, in an article that he said that he's doing fine, he's in therapy or at this moment, and now he was being sued by a stand-up digital, I believe, for $60 million. Now they had to postpone that because it's due to his accident. That's supposed to have been happening like middle of September, and I'm just thinking like, wow, man, like this car accident, like it's freaking crazy. Like I ain't hear nothing from his mom or hear nothing from his wife. Like nobody in his family is speaking out, and this is coming from an individual who always be in social media, man. Like seriously, he always posted something on Instagram, he posted something on Twitter, Facebook, MySpace, you name it, man. I mean, we haven't heard nothing from Kevin Hart. What is going on over there? Like what's they doing to him? And I'm trying to think, like, is no, I mean, is he's being replaced? Like, we don't know. We don't know. People saying that's not the same Dave Chappelle. I don't know, the different features. People have been showing kind of evidence. I got to do more research on that, though. But it does look kind of sketchy, though. But I haven't seen, like, Kevin Hart, like, is he dead? Like, what is going on? And these are the questions that we got to ask ourselves, man, because it's been like, I want to hear something from him. Like, at least, I mean, it's just a car accident. I can see if it was a crime scene, but this is a car accident. Car accidents happen all the time. I just feel like, if you're okay and you worth like over 150 million, at least update your fans. Like, okay, on the bad side, or you have somebody film you while you walk into therapy. It can be a little, just something in little detail, and that kind of raises a lot of questions. You're like, okay, Kevin Hart, is he alive, or is something going on behind the scenes that we don't know? And this is what we have to understand, man. Because I mean, I'm not a huge fan of Kevin Hart, but I don't want nothing happen to him. I mean, at the end of the day, like, we have to know the truth, because I mean, all of something, man. He should like date a recovering process. I like when he was in his interview with Joe Rogan. Okay, and Joe Rogan do all these type of podcasts. He had one with Roseanne Barr. He had people with DeGrasse Tyson. A lot of high celebrities. And Kevin Hart just really, he had one of the clips talked about motivation and success. When he before he started out to being a comedian, he knew that he wanted to be one, and he was going to be successful. And this is when he was living with his mother. He used to just always just keep writing and just keep going in and just acting and going for auditions, and in the early 2000s, and just trying to make a name for himself, like just going all over the world, man. And he just wanted to perfect his craft, and he was just talking about like you just always have to stay busy. Like, he's writing a book, he's working on doing that, doing children's plays, he's doing something, like just climbing the ladder. And it kind of sparked like an inspiration of like just black people, like you can be somebody, but of course you just have to put in the work. You got people that want to reap the benefits of hard work but don't want to put in hard work. And he kind of broke that down, man, in the Joe Rogan show. And I'm just like, gosh, like, that is the key factor here. Like, Joe Rogan, like, I'm glad that he brought him here, and it just made me think, man. I was just thinking about like, damn, man, like it's my boy, like my man, like Kevin Hart. It's like, is he okay, man? Like, is he, what's going on? Like, we need some type of update. I mean, it's a lot of people over the world don't even know what's going on. The ride Dwayne the Johnson, he talked about it. I mean, TMZ is not even putting anything out. They're not saying, hey, man, he doing good, or he himself not saying, hey, I'm all right, I'm cool, I'm about to work on another film, I'm working on a documentary, my recovery. I mean, only thing this can, if he's just post a video. I mean, seriously, I'll post like some type of post, man, on Instagram. The last time he posted something was August 31st. It's no reason why, like, almost every single day he had over 6,000, like 400 something posts on Instagram, bro. Like, I think he got like 50 million followers, something like that, man. I mean, the dude is like really famous, so we know that. The last time he posted something was August 31st. Car accident happened in September. I'm like, okay, so I mean, is it really that severe? Like, he's very that critical? Is he on deathbed? Is he a vegetable? It gotta be something, man. That's not lying. No, I mean, now the car looked really messed up. Okay, and it depends. You could have surgery and all that stuff, and it takes a longer process. But if the person is alive, he should still have the ability to talk. To have some type of vocal cords, like to talk and express himself. And I just feel like he would not let his fans just out there in the dry, because I'm still like, I'm thinking about like, okay, so Kevin Hart, we didn't hear nothing about him. We don't know what's going on. We don't know what he's doing. What is going on with my man Kevin Hart? Like, seriously, is he being locked down somewhere? Some people believe he's been cloned. We don't know. Is it cloning because of the in Toronto? We don't know, because see the way they did to the Gucci Man and Dave Chappelle. I mean, it's the Kanye West. All these, I mean, these people are not the same. I don't know if it's a malfunction. It's something going on that's going on behind the scenes. I feel like, truly, because he's not gonna just be away from social media for that long. I could see maybe a week or two, but for that long, like a month, like you're not throwing up anything, and then you got a $60 million lawsuit on top of that. Like, so I'm trying to think, like, is it because the lawsuit that's going on? Is this some people believe there's some type of sacrifice going on with Kevin Hart? Is he really paralyzed? Is he paraplegic? We don't know, man. Just give us something. Give us some type of evidence or some type of information, man. Adele, if I say so, I don't know what you mean by that, but okay. But so at the end of the day, what is going on with him? So it raises a question like, okay, is Kevin Hart alive? He's dead. I mean, it's just one of those two, man. So Like I said, I'm not only going to continue to repeat myself, but it could be something going on behind the scenes that we don't know, man. It's only between we can find out. I'm trying to get as much information as possible, but it just amazes me that, even like regular people that get into car accidents, you got people posting on Facebook, they talking about their stories and how they're doing, how they're successful. We got people with bullet wounds, like, yeah, man, I got shot like 6 times, but I'm cool though, I'm alive though, I'm good. They on Facebook Live, yeah, I'm good, I'm in the hood, I'm straight. Like, you got some people that actually kill people and be posting on Facebook Live. This is ridiculous. It's for like, man, like it's some crazy stuff going on that we don't really know about. But if something like my man Kevin, like if something happened to Kevin, man, it's oh boy. I think maybe because I feel like the world is not ready, for another Kevin Hart, or Kevin Hart is just gone and he's just not telling us, because it's been a whole month, man. We ain't hear nothing besides some funky articles that stated that, oh, well, he said he's doing okay in his physical therapy. Okay, well, the man is a comedian. This man is just not somebody just we don't know at the end of the day. I mean, he's an actor. Is he working on different films? Is he connecting? Is he networking? Is they going to try to eliminate the $60 million lawsuit? What is going on with that? So we got to raise the questions on this, man. But I'm not going to be on that topic too long. It's just something I kind of want to really discuss and just get that out there, man. Because it may be people be thinking about the same thing I'm thinking. Like, damn, like what is going on with Kevin Hart? But we don't know. But I do believe that maybe, because I remember Saturday Night Live. This was like years ago. He wore a dress and everything. So maybe he was trying to abide by the agenda. And I remember he said he would never put on the dress. And next you see him with a dress. It's just like it's freaking crazy, man. Like, just things that you do in the entertainment industry to get famous though. But only inspiration I get, like I said, I got from Kevin Hart is that continuously to work hard, man, and never ever let anybody tell you what you can and cannot do. And that's one of the words he said from the Joe Rogan show. Just being persistent, being consistent, and just uploading your gifts, man. And just working on your craft each and every single day, man, regardless. And yes, it's going to be trials and tribulations. We just got to keep moving forward. And yes, we know that he's been on the news, that he cheated on his wife. He was with escorts and all this stuff, man. But as you think about it, he's pretty much more of a family man. So his kids don't say anything. Like it got to be something, man. That's someone that has to hold to his account or his agent. But I'm gonna leave it like that, man. You guys tell me what you guys think about this Kevin Hart thing. As in the comment section or whatever, and live, whatever you guys want to do. But I'm gonna move forward, man. So last thing we have Amber Guyger. She was sentenced for 10 years due to manslaughter. Now I looked this up. So manslaughter is pretty much a homicide. But intent was not to kill; it was to harm, but killing someone. So pretty much it's like a lighter sentence. It's pretty much like really connection to third-degree murder. It's like a little petty sentence, man. Your intent was to harm an individual, but not to kill him, and they don't consider it as an unlawful act of killing. And according to attorneys, you can really for manslaughter you can be in jail for at least 12 months. They at least a 12-month sentence. Some is 8 months, but I know for the most part it's at least 12 months, and the max is between 8 to 10 years. And I was kind of heated about that because just me just analyzing this whole situation. You mean to tell me that this is supposed to be a trained officer, a trained law enforcer that said that okay, you're supposed to know it's burglary. She said she thought it was a burglar. Now time out. When the notice the things about a burglar, you would know that the locks would be missing or it would be some type of damage within your locks. Okay. Now as you open the door, it would be like probably glass everywhere. It would be things missing from your bedroom. Even on top of that, you should know if you walked in, she had the same key, right? And the key can pretty much enter to a lot of apartment rooms. Even if you had a long hard day of work, you want to use like to justify your actions, you should know the texture of your house. You should know the texture of your building. Like, okay, well, this is not my carpet. Whoa, this is not my couch. Whoa, I don't remember having this type of rug here. Whoa, I don't remember having this type of mirror over here and this type of wall. Like, I mean, stuff should start clicking instantly, unless you have some type of mental problem. But at the same time, I feel like, you came in there and you just saw a black man eating ice cream, watching television. You shot and killed him. That's first degree murder. Because at the end of the day, what is the intent? What is his intent? Did he have a weapon on him? Even if he did, it was his house. Did he have a weapon on him? Was the opportunity there? Some capability. Like he wasn't armed at all. And it kind of made me upset because I'm like, whoa, like you mean to tell me that some white woman, like you can really just go in there and just kill someone, and because you're a police officer, you're gonna get off like maybe do 5 to 10 years. Instead of that, if that was a black police officer who killed a white man or a white woman, he would get life. You know that. They know that. That's why you don't hear too many black police officers killing white people like that on alarming races, because they know not to cross that line. And I was talking to my brother Mike about this, man. Like, people, I can go on here and do a fiery sermon about this, man, like how like ridiculous this is, and go and hoop and holler, but it's not gonna do anything. The only way I say shout out to BMT, because I might be on the show later on today, but BMT said the best solution is, for you to get educated, study the law, get into be a lawyer, go into the paralegal studies, get into the justice, because protesting and doing demonstrations do not work. It's no need for that. Ancestors done that and done that all the time, man. I feel like the best way is to educate yourself. So, go to school, learn, and kind of be part of the system so you can evoke change. That's the best way to do it. And we're gonna keep hearing more of this, man. And it's really sad, and I'm not gonna disrespect the brother for him just hugging everybody. I mean, I don't agree with that. Me, is I have to take some time to. I mean, I'll forgive you, but if it takes me some time to show some type of interaction with you, just hugging you and stuff like that, I'm not gonna do that. But I will forgive you from a distance, because the Lord does teach us to forgive from those situations. But I feel like you just really hugging the enemy. And, it's pretty much like a slap in the face to a lot of African Americans. I can see why this case is really huge and it's big to on a lot of people. But me personally, I just. I was really disgusted by it, man, because I'm like, man, dude, like, she should at least done at least 20 to 30 years. And that's where even Hispanics, some people I knew was actually talking about that, man. So, we don't know, man. She's doing 10 years. That's a very light sentence. She may do 5 if she talked to her attorney, man. And I'm just like, wow, man. And it's just, you got the judge, caressing her hair. Well, I think it was the sheriff and the judge hugging her. It was just a lot of buffoonery going on. Then you have some African Americans defending this behavior here. It's pretty much doomed, man, in a way, man. But only suggestion we can give, you can use that energy and that fire energy, man, here to go in here and just study law, man, and just provide for yourself and your family, and represent court cases to people of color. I feel like that's the best way. We just need more people of color in there. Now, they had a Bronx jury, and a Bronx jury pretty much is, it's not a jury in the Bronx. That's just the name of it. It's just a jury, predominantly like in a black society, mainly black people, or a mixture of people in the jury, to do cases. But the thing is about the Bronx jury, that they made it very difficult for people of color to be convicted in a way, man. But this was a Bronx jury that was on here, and the reason why Amber Guyger got charged because mainly the influence of the Bronx jury. I really totally believe that if it was an all white jury, she probably would have got off and been not guilty, man, or probably would have served some type of probation. It's just how the law works, man. The way she plead her case, it's sad. I don't agree with it, and I guess it's somewhat justice, but in a way, man, it's not. I mean, if someone just murders someone cold blooded, according to the first degree murder, she should be charged anyway. That this should be evidence enough that, okay, well, you need to be doing life. But hey, it is what it is, man. And I was furious, but I calmed down like a couple days ago. I had to really collect my thoughts on this situation, man, because that's just another man that's just that's done. That's not here, no longer here anymore. And then when you kill someone, regardless of color, that's just pretty much, man, you just killed their generation. You killed their seeds. You killed what they really needed to be in life, to be that shining light. They didn't really die of no health problem, didn't die of a peaceful death. It's just something that of your ignorance and your anger for you to pull the trigger and just kill someone. I mean, it wasn't nothing for you to defend yourself, and no castle law that has nothing to do with that. Even though she tried to use the castle law, but the castle law is that this wasn't her castle. That was the thing, man. Like, you coming to hit this man's home, he had a legal right to like kill you. And I wonder that if that would have been all the way around, probably you would still be charged because she was a police officer and a white woman. But man, this Botham Jean was an accountant and from Caribbean descent, and his I believe his father was a pastor. He spoke very great, very good, and he's a good minister. He's uplifting, and I do understand the practice of forgiving. But man, I just think that as white people, it's going to be a very difficult time for us to hold weight in the justice system. we're too divided in a way. But the only solution, we just gotta push out more generation of people that wants to be able to pursue law. We gotta have our own political alliance program groups, like fund our own politicians, man. And then we gotta understand, we gotta create that wage gap as well, as far as economic wise. That I remember I made a video a while back, just that what they said, what they say, 46% of African Americans are homeowners, I believe, compared to whites are like 77%. Hispanics is like 49 to 50. So I mean, we kind of low on the bottom pole, man. And then according to news, they say about 2053, African Americans may have a net worth of $0. It's crazy, bro. Like, I don't know, man. It's really sad. It's sad, but I'm gonna talk more about this on the BMT channel. I'm gonna have the link in the description box, and I might make a video about that as well, for you guys to tune in later on tonight. But man, this is the news I really have to say, man. It's a lot of things that goes on in the world. I mean, just people just really think about, like, as righteousness, we won't. I remember John 16:33 says, in this days, in this earth, you will have trials, tribulations, but do not lose heart. Take heart, because I had to overcome the world. I'm starting to believe that, and I'm just going to continue to affirm myself for Christ and His faith. Sometimes you'll be thinking, like, should God intervene? But He does. He gives us free will. But we, as human beings, we live in an imperfect world, and this is why He have His soldiers and His people to go in here and spread the gospel, spread the good news of Christ and preaching, because this is our assignment. It's too much evil out here. Evil's every single day. Until God calls us home, we got to save our own people, because Satan wants to make a mockery. He wants to make a mockery of those of God's creation, because we are the image of God. And so therefore, we upheld God's standards and His commands, and this is what we need to get back to. But it's just so much that goes on in the society that kind of defers from doing that, man. Deters from just really being successful spiritually. So we can't be governed by the flesh. And carnally, you want to get back. You want to get revenge. But God says in His word, always remember that vengeance is His. Right? So even though she may kind of got away with it on earth, in heaven, or, she's not, if she doesn't turn from ways from her heart. So God keeps account of all of those things, man. And I think this really comes from the fear of the Lord. I just hate when innocent, and this is why I want to join the military too. I just really hate, like, when innocent people get perished by evil wickedness. I hate that. I just hate evil people. I don't like that, man. Like, the evil wickedness, I do not like that. I despise that. Bullying, all that stuff, bro. Like, to people that's doing right in this world and is continuously being harassed by people's negligence and just being ignorant and evil, it's not cool. It's not cool at all. But we're going to be okay. It's going to be all right. It's not over for the black race. I'm not going to sit up here and make a video and say it's over. Like, we just got to really redirect our energy back. Like, just going back to our families, going back into developing that family structure, going back into Christ, and really educating ourselves and holding weight into our Justice Department. The only way to do that is to have careers in it. And I could be wrong, but I mean, this is one of the suggestions. Instead of just tearing around and protesting and tearing down your own neighborhood and stuff like that, even if you do a peaceful protest, it's pretty much a waste of time blocking traffic. Like, we could use that time to set up meetings with city council, set up meetings with, like, this is why Stevante Clark was really upset when he had set a meeting with the Sacramento mayor, and he's trying to run for mayor. But I mean, we gotta just channel your energy somewhere else, man, to these high officials, to really understand and tell them, like, this is our issues, this is our problem, this is what's going on. Like, we keep getting killed by the law enforcement. Yes, you got some black people that's not going to comply, I understand that, but this really making a bad reputation for police, because we need a police. I ain't gonna lie, we kind of need them to police things. I mean, just upheld the Constitution of those who goes against it, because they can maneuver in the justice system, but you got some have their own specific agenda to terrorize people, and they need to be eliminated. That's not cool. They don't need to be part of the police department. So it's just so many things that we got to really go into detail about as a people, man. But that's pretty much really how I feel about this situation, though, man. But that's it, man. But that's really all I had to say. I'm gonna go ahead and head out. I'm gonna go ahead and close down. But man, you guys continue to like, comment, subscribe. It's a lot of things going on. If you guys want anything, just keep our heads up, man. Spike, man, and let's move forward. You know, just email me at roddy9312@gmail.com, please. I highly appreciate that. And yeah, man, just upheld, man, to God's laws. It's gonna be hard, but at the end of the day, I already know this, that once we store up our treasures in heaven, it's gonna we're gonna reap the benefits, man. So this earth here is imperfect. It's like pretty much Satan's playground. That's all it is. He's trying to make a mockery, and his time is wasted. His time is done. He's barring off lost time. He already lost. So, but we just gotta continuously to fight back and just be noticeable, man. At the end of the day, man, through God's laws. Thank you for those who subscribe to here this channel. Please subscribe, share, like this video. Thank you for the likes here. For this live stream, I'm doing more live streams here, but man, I appreciate you guys, man, each and every single day. Those who support me. Anymore, it's gonna be some more topics, more news coming out here, man. It's your boy Young Link Jr. If you want anything to talk about, you know what to do. Email me, man. I'm out. Deuces.